In February 2003, a tragedy unfolded at Duke University Medical Center that would shock the world and expose the vulnerabilities in one of the most advanced medical systems. 17-year-old Jesica Santillan, who had traveled from Mexico to the United States with dreams of a new life, instead became the face of a medical nightmare. A routine procedure turned fatal due to a preventable error, leaving a family heartbroken and a medical community reeling. Jesica Santillan was born with a rare and severe heart condition known as restrictive cardiomyopathy. This disorder caused her heart muscles to stiffen, restricting the blood flow to her lungs and leading to secondary pulmonary hypertension. Her condition was life-threatening, and by her teens, she was in desperate need of a heart-lung transplant. The procedure, while risky, offered her the only chance to escape a fate of declining health and inevitable death. On February 7, 2003, Jesica's long-awaited surgery finally began at Duke University Medical Center, one of the leading hospitals in the world. The organs, which had been flown in from Boston, were Jesica's best hope, but a critical error occurred. The blood type of the donor organs, type A, was not compatible with Jesica's O-positive blood. This mistake, a failure to perform basic blood type matching, would prove fatal. As the surgery progressed, this oversight went unnoticed, and the new heart and lungs were transplanted into Jesica's body. It wasn't until the surgery was nearly complete that the devastating mistake was realized. Dr. James Jaggers, Jesica's lead surgeon, discovered the blood type mismatch, a basic compatibility check that had been tragically overlooked. The consequences were immediate and severe. Jesica's body began to reject the foreign organs. In a desperate attempt to save her, the medical team administered powerful immunosuppressant drugs and performed plasmapheresis to filter out the incompatible antibodies. But it was too late. The rejection process had already begun, and Jesica's condition deteriorated rapidly. For 2 agonizing weeks, Jesica remained on life support as her body, ravaged by the rejection, fought against the new organs. The medical team at Duke worked tirelessly, searching for a second donor. On February 20th, a new heart and set of lungs were found, and Jesica was once again wheeled into surgery. This time, the transplant was technically successful, but the damage from the initial rejection was irreversible. Jesica's brain had suffered significant trauma, leading to extensive brain damage. By February 21st, just a day after the second surgery, Jesica was declared brain dead. Jesica Santillan's death sent shockwaves through the medical community and the public at large. Duke University Hospital, one of the most respected institutions in the world, was now at the center of an international scandal. The hospital's initial response was one of deep regret and sorrow, with Dr. William Fulkerson, the hospital's CEO, publicly admitting to the mistake and taking responsibility. However, the damage had been done, and the incident sparked widespread outrage and a demand for answers. The case prompted multiple investigations both internally at Duke and by external regulatory bodies. The Joint Commission on the Accreditation of Healthcare Organizations, JCAHO, the North Carolina Division of Facility Services, and the United Network for Organ Sharing, UNOS, all launched reviews to understand how such a fundamental error could occur. The findings were sobering. There had been multiple breakdowns in the system, from the procurement of the organs to the final checks before surgery. The investigation revealed that the failure was not just the result of individual negligence, but a systemic problem. Dr. Jaggers, the lead surgeon, had assumed that the blood type of the donated organs matched Jesica's, and had not confirmed this critical detail with Carolina Donor Services, the agency responsible for procuring the organs. This assumption was not verbally confirmed, nor was it double-checked by any other member of the transplant team, which was standard protocol. As the investigations unfolded, it became clear that there were gaps in communication, both within the hospital and between the hospital and the organ procurement agencies. Duke University Hospital took immediate steps to review and overhaul its organ transplant procedures, implementing stricter safeguards to prevent such a tragedy from happening again. These changes included mandatory double-checking of all critical information, improved training for staff, and clearer communication protocols with donor agencies. Despite these efforts, the questions lingered. How had such a renowned institution failed so catastrophically? And what more could be done to protect future patients? Jesica's family, devastated by her death, sought justice through the legal system. The case was settled out of court, with the hospital agreeing to undisclosed terms. However, no amount of money could compensate for the loss of a young life full of potential. The Santillan family's heartbreak was shared by many, and the case became a rallying cry for patient safety and medical accountability. In the years that followed, Jesica's story was used as a case study in medical ethics, and highlighted the importance of vigilance in healthcare. Jesica Santillan's tragic death is a stark reminder that even in the most advanced medical systems, human errors can have devastating consequences. Her story underscores the importance of stringent checks, clear communication, and above all, the need for a healthcare system that prioritizes patient safety at every step. Let her story inspire change, so that no other family has to endure such a preventable loss. In memory of Jesica Santillan, let her story inspire change.